Welcome to the art of going your own way. There might even be some ancient Chinese secrets. Kidding. Ready? Begin. I'll give you a little bit of insight. I have 2 children that I'm currently alienated from. I was in a long marriage. My wife divorced me. I'm very happy about that. We were not a good fit. What I'm not happy about is that she's turned my children against me. It's my hopes that they will come back later in life, and in the meantime, I've written down some things. And I figure that I'll post them here to share with you, because if we're not learning and we're not growing, we're dying. So here goes. Most people will reject these things until they're ready to learn them. The sooner you understand that the world owes you nothing, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Just a side note that these are only suggestions and they'll not always give you the results you expect, but they'll enhance your chance for success in any circumstance. As you listen to them, you'll see how they overlap and are intertwined with each other. These things we speak of are not in any order of importance, as they pretty much rank number 1. So the first thing I want to talk about is discernment and common sense. I'm not even sure if these can be taught by one person to another. They're almost interchangeable. They both come from wisdom, and wisdom is gained rapidly during failures and mistakes, then taking what you learned to not make the same mistakes again. We learn the most when we fail. It's probably a 70-30 ratio from learning from failures compared to learning from success. The way we gain wisdom, which bears the fruits of discernment and common sense, is to take the time to reflect upon the failures as well as successes and store that information in your memory. After time, it will become almost reflexive, and if you start listening to that small, still voice of your essence, it will bring forth the memory when faced with situations that you have either failed or succeeded at and give you guidance. You may still fail, but again, once the moment has passed, you'll stop and reflect. This ultimately will lead you to stop, think, meditate, and know a better path for any decision that you may face in the future. Now I'd like to talk to you about a few of the personal traits. These items here that I'm going to be going over, the very first one that I talked about is discernment and common sense. You need to learn how to adapt in life. Not each one of these keys or things that I'll discuss are applicable to be used in any given circumstance. Sometimes this next topic you need to not have, depending on who you're dealing with. And what we're going to talk about right now is integrity. Integrity. Your word is the only thing that you have in this world that cannot be taken from you. It's your most prized possession above all things. You can easily give it away, but when there is no substance behind it, its value is worthless. You're the keeper of your word, and you can set its value. When you tell somebody that you'll meet them at a certain time, but are constantly late or don't even bother showing up, you've just devalued yourself to the person that you intended to meet. When you say you'll do something, do it. If the task cannot be met in the allotted time, then you need to communicate well beforehand the challenges that you face in not being able to keep your word and negotiate a different outcome if even possible. Understand that you're in control of your life and that you don't need to ask permission from anyone to do anything, but you need to extend the courtesy to others to indicate your intentions. So really, these people may not agree with your decision, but at least they'll understand your desire and that you're the master of your own destiny. So again, integrity. If you're dealing with people that have no integrity, don't give them the same courtesy. This is where the discernment and common sense comes in. You should always offer
your integrity right away. And if occasionally it's met with, oh, I can't, or story, or whatever, you need to store that in the old memory bank, your essence. If it's a continued pattern from that person or those people, you need to cut ties and move on. They are not worth you wasting your integrity on, because at that point in time, you put yourself in a situation of being used. If you don't know when to cut your integrity and move on, then you become a simpleton, a cuck, and you are used. Now we're on to the next topic. And again, I have several of these. This is going to be a few videos long, so we'll go ahead and break this up about the 10-minute mark. So that brings me to tenacity. Tenacity is the ability to stay on task and see it through to completion, no matter how difficult or undesirable the task may be. There will be things that seem daunting, and you may not want to do them. But once you get past that point, you'll typically see things from a new perspective. If you don't have trials in your life, you'll never grow. This is a character builder. I'm not saying that you should stick with fruitless efforts, but understand what the end result is and if it's truly worth it and truly what you want. Alright, my friends. Actually, we're at about the 7-minute mark by the time I wrap this up. I'm going to post another video in the very near future, probably tomorrow. I'll continue going through these keys. I've also written some rules that are not along the lines of these character building essence, basically making you a man and what a man should be. You need to understand that men and women are different. I give thanks to MGTOW for learning what the true nature of women is. Shout out to Alec in California. I appreciate our conversations. With that, I'll end this video for now. Check back soon, and thank you. And remember, there is an art to going your own way. Gentlemen, my best to you.